What's up, everybody? This is the Rabid Hedgehog, and we are going to be doing an announcement today. So, about 2 weeks ago, I'll put this image right here. Pequod entered the back of the pickup for the very last time. Took her in, sold her, and now we've got a new motorcycle that we're going to be introducing. Now, this particular motorcycle is one that I was not really expecting. It's just something that I decided that as I am trying to get my dad back into the motorcycling deal, I'll reference that video as well, trying to get him into the MSF course and everything. So with that being said, this motorcycle was bought with two purposes. Basically, where I live at, the Z125 is not adequate enough because I live out kind of where there's nothing. And to be able to do 45 miles an hour or more, or faster even, it's just not very much possible with that bike to get all the way to town. So if I was to use the night rod, I can use the interstate and get to work and back and everything in mere minutes, whereas on the Z125 I'd have to take a back road the whole way and take 30 minutes or more just to get to work, and it's not even that far away. If I use the interstate, it takes literally like 11 minutes. So there was that into consideration, and yes, it was a very good bike. Don't get me wrong, the Z125 was a fantastic motorcycle, and I recommend one to anybody who lives in the city. So, and the reason why is because if you're already in town and you don't have to travel between the countryside to town and then into town and then through town, it's not a bad bike to have to go running around interior. Say if I was in Oklahoma City proper, and that's exactly where I was, that would be the perfect bike for it. So I went out and picked up a bike that also could double as the bike that my dad could use, as well as something I could use daily, to ride daily, to work, and to play, and to do everything else as well. So it's a bike I'm going to be outfitting and putting on some saddlebags, putting on a rear rack, and doing some things of that nature. But it's going to be a small, light touring bike, and let's go ahead and we'll introduce it to you. Behold the bike that replaces the Z125 Pro, and that is going to be the 2017 Honda Rebel 500. That's right, 2017 Honda Rebel 500. And why the Honda Rebel 500? Well, first off, it's different and bigger and much better than the 300. The 300 is a single cylinder. I haven't really had a chance to ride one yet, but I'd rather have something that can do all purposes, so that way if somebody's going to ride, they're able to stay with the pack and do it very confidently. I've actually had this motorcycle since the 11th, so a little over 2 weeks ago now, after I sold the Z125, and I've already put 500 miles on it. Now, the unique thing about this bike, it is a 2017 that was fresh out of the crate. Just one of those leftovers. I picked it up from Maxi Cycles in Oklahoma City. This particular motorcycle was literally taken out of the crate, and I'm the first one to ever get to start it, which is actually cool because I've never had that ability before. So I started it up. They did their first ride on it because they have to do their first ride after the technician sets it up, and therefore it was exchanged to me with only literally 0.9 miles on the clock. So it's awesome. Brand new motorcycle, very good price, and something I can use, something my dad can use, something anybody can use to also train with. This bike is extremely easy to get along with. Very lightweight, 408 pounds. I do not have ABS on this one, so the brakes are a little squishy here and there, but not terrible. I really do think that the brakes were designed for the 300, not quite the weight of this one and not the power of this one. This one does get up and go pretty decently. In fact, my friend who had an 883 iron and I had a couple of drag races with it, and this little bike up until about 73 miles an hour had that 883 for lunch. So it takes off super well, gets up to speed pretty decently. Once you get up into about the 80s range, 90s range, then it starts to really slow up. But other than that, I mean, this thing is a very good bike, very fun bike that I've been enjoying, and it's going to be a part of the channel a lot more. There's going to be more reviews on it. There's going to be everything. So you're going to get the week-long review on this bike as well. You're going to get long-range impressions and everything. and how it works and everything like that. Only one thing that I've had an issue with, which was kind of funny, was my left turn signal fell off this weekend during Memorial Day during a ride out to El Reno. So that's about the only thing that has gone wrong with it so far. Like I said, 522 miles actually as of today, since getting it only about 2 weeks ago. So I've really been enjoying it and riding the snot out of it. And man, I can't praise this bike enough. I was very surprised. I bought it blind, which is very rare. Usually I will take a test ride. I will usually test out a motorcycle for at least a little bit before purchasing, but this one I decided to go completely blind, like I was a brand new motorcyclist, like somebody who's never touched one before, just to see what it was like. And I cannot be happier with the way this thing has been and how it's performed. But we'll go over details with that in its more extended review and its bigger introduction. But once again, like I said, this is what this bike is going to be for. So as this channel grows, you're going to see this one more. Hopefully you'll get to see my dad actually join in, and several friends that might even be borrowing it as well, who are learning to ride. And another thing I want to introduce today is my Patreon page. I'm going to go ahead and get that started. The way this Patreon is going to work is that it is designed to maintain the motorcycles, to maintain the channel and the equipment used on this channel. So the camera equipment like I'm using there, my GoPro unfortunately is starting to give out. It's about 3 to 4 years old now, and I'm losing some footage. In fact, I had a very nice video for the Z900 RS, and I don't have a lick of it left. It died for some reason. It won't encode in Premiere Pro or any other software. I've tried my best to get it to work, and it's simply not working. There's something wrong with the actual video itself. It'll pull up and play like a regular video with a lot of choppiness in it, but it just simply will not work. So there's some things that have to be replaced over time, and one of those is the GoPros, because they can only be used so much, and I see that that's happening. So introducing Patreon, it's going to be a way to help grow this channel, help make the content better, help get more people into motorcycling, and there will be prizes as well. So what I will say is that my goal is at least $1,000 a month. Whenever that video, or whenever that is reached, not video, but whenever that $1,000 level is reached per month, basically what will happen is that there will be monthly giveaways for each different group. So if you are even donating just $1 a month, you'll be eligible to win something the price of like a RAM mount for your cell phone. If you donate more than that, say 10 to 15, even $20 a month, somewhere in there, then you'll be seeing the possibility of a riding jacket or a helmet or a Cena. If you're in between there, then maybe some gloves or something like that. So there's going to be tiers for everybody to enjoy something that they could possibly win. Even possibly if you're a brand new motorcyclist and you're wanting to do that, there'll be possibly a monthly giveaway for an MSF course gift certificate and stuff like that, because I want to see more people get into motorcycling. I'm not going to say the sport of motorcycling, because this isn't a sport. It's a lifestyle. It is something you can do every day, not something that's just weekends. I use these bikes every day of my life. I use them to go to work, to go grocery shopping, to do everything, and I want to see that continue to grow in everybody else, not just a sport. So that's going to be a big giveaway portion of it. That'll be kind of the idea of what the prizes will be. There'll also be exclusive content as well, behind the scenes, exclusive polls and chats with me, even some other like in-depth pictures. Also the audio recording as well. I have a Rode video mic attached to that Panasonic that's filming me right now, and that can capture some really high quality audio of the motorcycles that are being reviewed. So there'll be different aspects of it as more people are joining me, as I have a team now that you're going to be seeing more and more. I had to take that video down, unfortunately, of Mr. Buttersworth. He was on the 883. Of course, he's changing his name here really soon. We think we found one, and we'll be introducing him very momentarily. He also changed his motorcycle too, from the 883 to a Gixxis 750. So he's very happy with that as well. He got that bike literally a week after this one. So he'll be joining in along with that GSX S 750 as well. It's a 2018 model. So you'll be meeting him, and also that's going to go to support his stuff as well, because this whole channel is going to be a team. So find me on Patreon. I have included a link in the description below. Also on my main page, there's going to be a link that says support the Hedgehog with the Patreon logo. If you could, please go ahead and hit that up and donate what you can, $1 or more per month. If we reach that goal of $1,000, like I said, everybody will have a chance, no matter what level they're on, to at least get something from me each month as an appreciation to everybody helping out. Also, if you don't feel like doing something monthly, I still have the Teespring store, and that's going to be growing as well. It's going to be under Rabid Hedgehog Creations. I'm going to take that aspect, use my art to do other things. So you'll see motovlog shirts and random other shirts as well on that as well. That'll be in the description below too. So once again, thank you everybody for your support. Thank you for all that you're doing. Welcoming also this Rebel 500 to the channel, and also to the long range reviews and to everything like that. So everybody, this is the Rabid Hedgehog. You keep that shiny side up, and we'll catch you on the next ride.